Right, let's eat some donuts. Good afternoon, chaps. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another delectable junk food review. Today we are talking about a crossover that no one expected, no one predicted. I don't know if anyone wanted it, but here we are. Today we are talking about the brand new Kit Kat Krispy Kremes. Yeah. So two brand new, I know there's 3 donuts here, like the symmetry pleased me, okay? 2 brand new Krispy Kreme donuts were launched today on Monday the 26th of August. Glazed ring donuts starring Kit Kat. I've no idea why this collaboration came around. I don't know if it makes much sense, to be honest. The last thing I think of when I see either item is the other. You know, I don't think of donuts when I look at Kit Kats. And I certainly have never looked at a Krispy Kreme donut and thought, you know what that needs? Wafer. Like, it's just never something that's popped into my head. But here they are, we have them, and we're going to review them today so that I can let you know whether they are worth £1.90 each of your hard-earned cash. Because, you know, Brexit, times are tight out here right now. So let's just get into these flavours and see what they're like. So the donuts we're actually talking about today are a milk chocolate glazed ring donut with a bit of milk chocolate icing and a regular milk chocolate Kit Kat and some Kit Kat crumbs, except on this one. This one obviously just kind of skipped past the crumb machine. It felt like it was dressed enough. The other flavour we have is a white chocolate glazed ring donut with a bit of white chocolate icing, a white chocolate Kit Kat, and some not white chocolate Kit Kat sprinkles, but we'll get over it. So I think I'm going to taste the white chocolate first, just because it's screaming at me. I think it looks really pretty. I'm excited to try it. Each of these donuts is a classic glazed ring donut. So you can see on the back that it has that regular kind of classic Krispy Kreme glaze, as well as that white chocolate icing. Let me just give you a zoom of all of that lovely, kind of generous looking white chocolate icing, that white chocolate Kit Kat, and those chunky, or not so chunky, Kit Kat bits. I think most people would probably take the Kit Kat off to eat it first. Being from Aberdeen, I have never pronounced my T's as much as I'm doing in this video. Kit Kat is very unnatural for someone who normally says Kit Kat. Just putting it out there. Yeah, as I was saying, I think most people would probably take the Kit Kat off first, but I think I'm gonna bite into it with it on just because I want the whole experience, you know? So let's just see if the white chocolate Kit Kat Krispy Kreme donut is worth your money. As always, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. As pretty as this donut is, it's very meh. Krispy Kreme glazed donuts, the kind of regular one, which this is underneath, great. Obviously not the highest quality donuts in the world. They are made by machines. It's a very industrial, commercial donut kind of taste, but it's usually good. Now, has the white chocolate added anything to that experience? Not really, because the creaminess and the sweetness of that white chocolate gets lost in the dough and it gets lost in the sweetness of the glaze around it. So it doesn't provide much in the way of flavour or in texture. The white Kit Kat on top, or like mini Kit Kat on top, looks good. It has gone a bit soft though. Wafer goes notoriously soft very quickly as soon as it becomes even the slightest bit stale or it comes into contact with any moisture. I think because this has been sitting in a kind of chiller cabinet like these donuts normally do, the Kit Kat has lost some of its signature crunch. Don't get me wrong, it still tastes good. It's a Kit Kat. Chocolate and wafer are rarely bad. That being said, that theme continues onto this kind of Kit Kat crumb. Even though you would hope that it would provide texture and crunch, when you actually take it off and bite it, there's hardly any, because it's become a denser, softer wafer. Again, because of that time in the chiller cabinet and probably with its contact with both the glaze and the white chocolate, it's going to release some kind of moisture into the Kit Kat. While the taste obviously isn't bad, it's a donut covered in multiple layers of sugar. You know, your brain does say, yeah, that's decent, and I would quite happily finish it. I don't know if the white chocolate stands up enough on its own, and I don't know if wafer is the right texture to decorate the top of a donut. On that basis, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Okie dokie, so here is the chocolate variety. So again, I'll just give you a little bit of a close-up. Just underneath you can see that classic Krispy Kreme sugar glaze, and on top you can see that milk chocolate icing, those Kit Kat crumbs, and a chunky bit of regular milk chocolate Kit Kat on there. Again, I'm going to try and get the Kit Kat in a mouthful to see if it does work with the donut, and let's see if this one is worth your money. Okay, the texture problems with the white chocolate donut are exactly the same with the milk chocolate one. The Kit Kat's contact with either the chiller cabinet or the frosting and the glaze has meant that the wafer inside has softened, which does make it less enjoyable. Also, the minimal amount of Kit Kat crumbs that were on top of this one have also softened into a more kind of chewy wafer experience than the kind of crisp, light and crunchy one that would have gone better with kind of the density and the softness of a Krispy Kreme donut. The milk chocolate icing on top, I will admit, stands up a little bit better flavor-wise to the kind of classic Krispy Kreme glaze, which is just super sweet. But again, it is very, very thin. Like, I'll show you kind of a close-up of just how thin that chocolate layer is. Super, super thin. So you get just the tiniest milk chocolate taste. It also doesn't taste like Kit Kat chocolate, which I'd kind of been hoping for, because I think that would have been a nice touch, and you know, not too much to ask for really, but pretty much exactly the same as the last one. Nothing wow. Yes, it looks good, and it delivers on the fact it's meant to be Kit Kat in appearance. In flavour, I do think it's disappointing, because once you have the actual Kit Kat off the top, nothing about this screams Kit Kat. You know, there's no flavouring of it, there's no extra texture, just I'm gonna give that another 3 out of 5. My honest recommendation would be, don't waste your money on these. If you're gonna go to your nearest Krispy Kreme store or cabinet, pick up your favourite instead. Pick up one of their filled ones, something that has a bit more texture, a bit more kind of flavour to it. These are very generic, a little bit disappointing to be honest. As I said, they are £1.90 each. You can definitely get more fun from a 5-pack of Tesco filled custard donuts for £1, you know, or just your favourite Krispy Kreme flavour. Just, I don't think these are quite worth the money just for the novelty. If you guys have tasted these donuts, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Am I being too harsh? Maybe. If you guys would like to see me review any other current or favourite Krispy Kreme flavours, let me know that in the comments as well. I have tried probably about half of them, so I'd be interested to see if you'd like to see others. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the big thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because we are doing food reviews, recipes, rants, vlogs, all sorts of foodie content way too often. I'm afraid that's all I have time for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.